Cricket Australia Chief Executive James Sutherland is set to fly out to South Africa as investigations into the ball-tampering scandal continue. Steve Smith's future as Australia's Test captain is in doubt after he admitted the team's leadership group intentionally planned to manipulate the ball during the third Test against the Proteas. Cameron Bancroft was caught on camera appearing to tamper with the ball, and now Sutherland intends to discover exactly what happened as a matter of urgency. Sutherland said, "Ian Roy and Pat Howard arrive in Cape Town this morning local time, and Ian will immediately conduct his inquiries around the specifics of the ball-tampering incident. I am traveling to Johannesburg this evening and will arrive Tuesday morning local time to meet Ian to understand the findings of the investigation to that point, and to determine recommended outcomes. We know Australians want answers and we will keep you updated on our findings and next steps, as a matter of urgency." Smith faces an uncertain future in charge of his country after receiving a one-match ban and being fined his entire match fee for his role in the incident on the third day of the third Test. He and vice-captain David Warner were stood down from their roles for the remainder of the Test, which South Africa won resoundingly by 322 runs. The Proteas take a 2-1 lead into the decider in Johannesburg, starting on Friday, with Tim Paine set to take the captaincy, having done so on the fourth day in Cape Town. Cameron Bancroft was also docked £7,500 and received 3 demerit points after television footage showed him holding a piece of yellow sticky tape and then hiding it down his trousers when he realised the cameras were on him. Pressure is mounting on Cricket Australia to permanently axe Smith, Warner and coach Darren Lehmann. They have the power to impose lifetime bans, with their positions now untenable in the light of such a flagrant abuse of the ICC's code of conduct. Exactly who did what? Rookie opener Cameron Bancroft has been fined 75% of his match fee and handed 3 demerit points by the International Cricket Council after being charged with attempting to change the condition of the ball, contravening Law 41.3. He admitted doing so by using some sticky tape from the team's kit bag, sticking granules from the pitch to it and using it as an abrasive surface to scuff the ball in pursuit of reverse swing. Captain Steve Smith said he and the leadership group had discussed and agreed the action. He stood down for the rest of the Test along with vice-captain David Warner, was handed a one-match suspension by the ICC and fined 100% of his match fee. Who else was in this leadership group? Smith did not expand on that, but in the past Australia have indicated senior bowlers Mitchell Starc and Josh Hazlewood were part of their decision-making unit. Tim Paine's promotion as temporary skipper seems to absolve him. Head coach Darren Lehmann is an obvious authority figure, but Smith insists he was not involved on this occasion. Does that check out? Lehmann did appear to speak to 12th man Peter Handscomb via walkie-talkie after TV images caught Bancroft red-handed. Handscomb later spoke to Bancroft, who proceeded to hide the tape down the front of his trousers. Explanations will be required. Why was no on-field sanction taken? First of all, Bancroft appeared to deceive the umpires by showing them the holder for his sunglasses instead of his ad hoc sandpaper. Secondly, his attempts to change the ball simply appeared to be unsuccessful. The umpires looked at the ball and did not take the chance to replace it. Had they done so, they could have levied 5 penalty runs against Australia. Do they deserve some credit for fronting up? Not particularly. Even after their plot was uncovered by cameras, they made a clear attempt to put the officials off the scent on the field. Only after their guilt was established beyond any serious doubt did Smith and Bancroft appear before the media. Others may not have faced the music quite like that, but others may not have put themselves in that position in the first place. How has Australia's recent behaviour been other than this? To sum up, they are not a popular bunch. They are regarded as the game's most inveterate, though far from only, sledgers. Despite this, they have attempted to position themselves as guardians of the line, a concept they used against South Africa in this ill-tempered series. Their reaction to England's disciplinary lapses in the Ashes, notably when Bancroft and Smith gave a jovial press conference on the subject of Johnny Barstow's headbutt greeting, saw them lobbing rocks from a sizable glass house. Have they done this before? Smith was quick to emphasize this was a regrettable first-time offense, but skepticism is natural. It could be argued previous transgressions would have been picked up in just the way this one was, but that is unlikely to prevent people poring over footage of recent series, including the Ashes. By Rory Dollar, Press Association Sport. Former Australia batsman Marcus North says the stupidity and ignorance of those involved has left him emotional. North told BBC Radio 5 Live, "You get a bit emotional about it, and that's not trying to sound over the top. Cheating in sport, certainly in Australian culture, is an absolute no-no. For me, the stupidity and the ignorance of these guys not to think that we're doing the wrong thing. Let's cut this conversation straight away. They obviously haven't thought about the consequences and the magnitude of what they're doing." This incident, I think someone has said before, is one of the darkest days in Australian cricket. Steve Smith shockingly admitted that he and a so-called leadership group had a discussion at lunch on the third day and decided they would illegally alter the condition of the ball. Cameron Bancroft was subsequently caught on television cameras with yellow sticky tape, which was applied to the rough side of the ball in order for it to pick up more dirt and therefore aid reverse swing. In Smith's press conference, the captain said both his and the team's reputation had been brought into question following the incident. Although he said the decision did not involve Darren Lehman or the rest of the coaching staff, he said it involved a leadership group. However, he did not name names. Sportsmail understands Smith, vice captain David Warner and bowling trio Nathan Lyon, Josh Hazelwood and Mitchell Stark make up the rest of the senior group who were involved in the decision to manipulate the ball's condition.